I'm sure you know and feel this is another very sad day in America.
17 people killed in a mass shooting at a Florida high school.
They say the suspect was obsessed with guns and was disciplined for bringing bullet casings to school.
Hey, Larry again. I want to talk to you, specifically the Democrats on the left, about the Florida school shooting. I think we can all agree that what happened in Florida was an absolute tragedy. And I get it. You're sick of the violence and you want to see change. But my question for you is this. What the hell are you doing about it? Between 1996 and 1997, in response to the Port Arthur massacre in which 35 people were killed and a further 23 wounded, Australia introduced a national buyback scheme to compensate owners for firearms made illegal by newly introduced gun law legislation. However, did you know that tens of thousands of gun owners also voluntarily surrendered additional non-prohibited firearms without compensation? This part is pivotal. What we saw in Australia wasn't so much a government intervention, but an entire cultural shift in the way we perceived guns and gun violence. This attitude shift is what you need today. Where are the tens of thousands of Americans willing to dump their firearms on the steps of the White House to demand no more? Look to Scott Pappalardo. This man is a national hero.
And people have always said, there's so many of them out there. Well, now, there's one less.
This is the kind of civil protest you need to organise. People like David Hogg aren't helping. His experience does not make him an expert on public policy or gun law reform. Rather than do something about it, he told NBC's Meet the Press, "You're the president. You're supposed to bring this nation together, not divide us. How dare you? Children are dying, and their blood is on your hands because of that." Does he not know that under Obama, the total economic impact of the firearms and ammunition industry in the US actually increased from $19.1 billion in 2008 to $49.3 billion in 2015? So you know what? How dare you, David? There are no excuses for your cultural inaction because that change is dependent on your behaviour, the individual, and not your government. Take control of your own destiny. Be the change you want to see in the world. Don't just talk about it. But the NRA lobbies the government. Stop. The Non-Partisan Centre for Responsive Politics estimated that during the 2016 election, the NRA and its affiliates spent a record $54 million to secure Republican control of the White House and Congress, including at least $30.3 million to help elect Donald Trump. While PolitiFact, fact-checking website, puts the total amount of NRA spending since 1998 at $203 million. Yet, Gallup poll concluded that 46% of Americans are unhappy with the current US gun laws and want stricter regulation. While Pew Research Center found that 52% of US adults think that gun laws should be stricter. With an adult population of 249 million people, that means that anywhere between 114 to 129 million people want gun law reform. So what's stopping you from using this media platform to create your own gun law reform lobby? If each person who wanted stricter gun law reforms donated 41 to 47 cents to that lobby, you would match NRA funding for 2016. Don't just fund Democrats. Fund Republican candidates who are open to gun law reform. Look to Al Hoffman Jr., a top Republican donor who vowed to stop funding candidates and political groups unless they supported a ban on assault weapons. In Australia, the buyback wasn't such a massive deal. If you look at the following, we have more guns now than we did prior to the buyback, yet homicides are down. Gun homicides, down. And total gun deaths, the only time it was lower was back in 2011. Why? Because guns didn't change. Our cultural attitude towards guns changed.
I've quadrupled my Twitter following. We can help quadruple my Twitter following, especially on social media. And we love to complain about things.